To look at the effects of 200 million gallons of oil spewing into the warm waters of the Gulf of Mexico back in 2010, you can't just look at how small businesses and residents were affected. British Petroleum has already spent $27 billion in claims payments, response, cleanup, and restoration. Let's look at the effects on those without a voice of their own. 4 years out, what scientists at the National Wildlife Federation are finding isn't looking good. 900 bottlenose dolphins have been found dead or stranded in the oil spill area. Those found alive were underweight and anemic and showing signs of liver and lung disease. Sperm whales in the Gulf of Mexico are showing higher levels of DNA-damaging metals than those elsewhere in the world. Loons that winter on the Louisiana coast have increasing concentrations of toxic oil compounds in their blood. Roughly 500 dead sea turtles have been found every year for the past 3 years in the area affected by the spill. Scientists say a chemical in oil from the spill has been shown to cause irregular heartbeats in bluefin and yellowfin tuna. And reproduction for oysters has remained low over large areas of the northern Gulf, at least through the fall of 2012. When healthy, these guys filter a ton of water. The NWF says the oil is not gone. It's on the bottom of the Gulf. It's washing up on the beaches. It's in the marshes. You don't have to dive to the bottom of the Gulf to see the oil. You just need to follow it up the food chain from the plants to sand creatures like oysters, even crabs, to the fish, to the top-level predators like dolphin, bird, and whale. If they're sick, the system is sick. BP has discounted some of the information in this new report, saying the National Wildlife Federation report is a piece of political advocacy, not science. It cherry-picks reports to support the organization's agenda. Well, fair enough. After all, BP's stated aim is clear. The goal is to return the environment to the baseline conditions, the condition it would be in if the Deepwater Horizon accident had not occurred. The baseline wasn't some green utopia, so who wants to be unjustly charged by a bunch of environmentalists for pollution that existed before the explosion? But as legal proceedings continue, a dollar amount will be set on cleaning up the long-term damage. And it's set to be quite a bit larger than the $1 billion that's already been forked over for the assessment of the situation. What can't be ignored in the long-term effects to the flora and fauna are what's at the very top of that food chain, us. And as contributors to this study say, the science is telling us that this is far from over. The question is, what's the price BP is willing to pay? Lindsay France, RT, Washington.